Welcome to Lubar Stadium in Whitefish Bay, a North Shore Conference showdown tonight as the Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights enters the North Shore. It'll be the undefeated Homestead Highlanders taking on the 3-1 Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes. Good evening, everyone, along with Hall of Fame football coach Terry Kelly. John Weiser with you. Glad you're along for this one tonight. An interesting and very curious matchup here tonight. The 4-0 Highlanders ranked number 2 in the area. Whitefish Bay 3-1. In number 20 in the area, Terry.
Whitefish Bay knows to get back in the conference race, they got to win this game. Both teams have played Grafton. Homestead walked away with a 1-touchdown victory. Whitefish Bay lost a heartbreaker at the last moment, couldn't get that winning touchdown.
Highlanders come in on a 4-0 record. 14-0 a season ago, the defending Division II state champion. They've won 22 consecutive North Shore Conference games. Oh, incidentally, their last loss in conference was right here 2 years ago, a game we did, 26-0 Whitefish Bay.
And at Homestead's practice, they reminded the boys about that loss 2 years ago.
Should be a great matchup tonight. We'll start first with Homestead. Coach, what are we looking at offensively?
Ian Sheehy has been the game manager for the Highlanders at quarterback, a senior, first-year starter, doing an excellent job.
Talk about the running game and J.J. Colville.
Yeah, averaging over 6 yards a carry throughout the season. J.J. has really been dynamic running it up inside.
Then on defense for the Highlanders, we have a defensive back, a senior, Connor Braun.
Connor Braun is kind of the glue that holds that secondary together. They say he is their most intelligent secondary player, really calls the shots back there.
And then on the defensive line, someone that it takes a lot for Dave Keel to admit, but a very special athlete at defensive tackle.
Coaches use the word unique to describe Ao Adibugan. I think 17 tackles for loss already this year.
Leads the team with 8 sacks coming into the game here tonight. Over on the Whitefish Bay side, offensively, it starts with their junior quarterback.
Yeah, Jaden Jackson, outstanding basketball player, had been a wide receiver last year, moved into the quarterback position. Dynamic is the way to describe him.
And then one of the younger players on that offensive line, it's going to be a very special player as well, Joe Brunner.
Joe Brunner is only a sophomore, but is already getting a lot of looks. 6'6", 285, moves well.
On the defensive side, a nice linebacker in Patrick Muth.
Only returning starter on defense for Whitefish Bay, leading tackler for them this year.
And on the defensive line, one of their seniors, Israel Blunt.
Israel Blunt has been the linchpin, so to speak, of that front three for the Blue Dukes.
We'll have the keys to the ball game in just a few minutes, but Coach, looking at both of these teams, we're going to see what on tonight's action?
Both teams say they like to run the ball. However, both teams, when we were at practice, were putting a lot of time in on their passing game.
Should be a great one here tonight. We're glad you're with us for our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights in Whitefish Bay tonight as the Blue Dukes get set to host the Homestead Highlanders. When we come back, Mike McGivern will join us up in the booth. We'll talk more about tonight's game right after this. You're watching My 24.
Welcome back to the Heiser Automotive Thursday Night Lights high school football game of the week. I'm Mike McGivern alongside Terry Kelly. So, Coach, getting a chance to talk to Dave Keel and Jake Walter is just really a fun event for me. You know, Dave just wants to talk about his kids and talk about his staff, talk to Jake. I think Jake would love to get a uniform on and play one more game, and it would be tonight against Homestead.
Well, Jake told me he still thinks he could take a punt to the house.
I believe him.
And I would not doubt him.
I would not. So talking with these two coaches, again, different story when you're a guy like Dave Keel who's won 21 conference championships. They tied Whitefish Bay a couple years ago. He's been through a lot. You know, he's been through these games. He's been the hunted for a long time. So this is just another game for them. When I talked to Jake Walter, he said, look, it's been a really good week of Homestead practice. So this is a different animal for them, and they understand that this Homestead's the team they're chasing.
Right. That loss to Grafton kind of puts Whitefish Bay in a win-win. They have to win this one.
Yes.
And if they want to get back into that contention.
You know, before the game, I got a chance to talk to Bob Lashinsky, who's on the staff over at Homestead. And I just got to relay this for a minute, if I can. He just went back. He went to Messmer. He was a quarterback. He was a senior and now he's a sophomore. Went to Naval Academy. He just went back for their 40th reunion. And he said, Mike, you can't believe how many guys and their wives and families all attended, and he said, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of this group coming together. And he said, they treated us like kings. We had a great time. And he had a sparkle in his eye. He said, look, it doesn't feel like 40 years ago because we're still talking about all those stories. But that's what sports does for guys like us, Terry.
And you talk about true student athletes, those athletes at the service academies, the tremendous pressure they're under and what they have to do to be able to play their sport and still maintain strict academic,
Hey, one more question for you, and that is, when you played against in a game like this, when you coached in a game like this, was the week of practice any different, or did you guys just go about your business?
You try to go about your business, and it's tough to sometimes read the temperature of a team.
Yes.
Sometimes it looks like a horrible practice, then you have a great game, great practices. You're working with 17, 18-year-olds, but I think both squads know what's at stake here.
Terry, thank you so much. Let's get to a break. On the other side of the break, John Weiser, Terry Kelly, the call of the game. This is the Heiser Automotive Thursday Night Lights high school football game of the week.
United States Marine Corps color guard has made their way to the center of the field, and time now for our national anthem.
Face the flag, remove your headgear, and join in with senior Asa Rao as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Lubar Stadium is where we're at tonight, part of our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights, brought to you on My 24. And Terry, let's get into the keys to the ball game tonight for the Homestead Highlanders.
Well, it might sound a little trite, but one of the things Coach Gill emphasized, they need to win the turnover battle. That's just going to be essential. Second thing, they know they've got to contain Jaden Jackson and Drew Garcia, the keys to the Whitefish Bay running attack. And then they want to find some key moments to work their passing game into the offense.
You mean like a wheel route, perhaps?
A wheel route, and they got another plan off of that wheel route.
And for Whitefish Bay tonight, what do they need to do?
They want to dominate time of possession, keep that Homestead offense off the field. They feel they've got to score in the red zone. They can't squander those opportunities, and they really believe they have to stay disciplined in their defensive schemes because the Homestead offense can be a little deceptive at times.
Those are our Heiser Automotive Group keys to the ball game tonight here from Whitefish Bay. Rain is held off. It sprinkled just a little bit about an hour before kickoff tonight. So it is a beautiful evening for football here on the North Shore. Our kickoff tonight brought to you by Mixac and TobaccoIsChanging.com. Whitefish Bay won the toss. They have deferred. They will kick off. They are in the blue. Homestead in the white tonight. Again, a reminder, tonight's Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights available streaming live online. Log on to my24milwaukee.com. Click on the Watch Live button. You can also find complete game videos and photos from this season's games. And a reminder that tonight's game will be rebroadcast tomorrow night, Friday night at 7 o'clock. Kaufman to kick. Back deep into the end zone it goes. J.J. Colville will not get a chance to return it. It'll be a touchback, and the Highlanders will have their first drive at the 20-yard line, Terry.
Well, one of the most deceptive things is to be told that Homestead's going to run a full house backfield. They might look like that. They're going to shift into so many different formations it can make your head spin. And I know defensive coordinator Aaron Shane has been trying to get his Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes ready.
Ian Sheehy, a senior at quarterback for the Highlanders. Thrown for 516 yards and 4 touchdowns on the season. He is in under center. And they'll run it. Colville trying the right side. Blue Dukes are ready. Short gain of about 3 for J.J. Colville.
Yeah, Colville on the year has already carried the ball 93 times, averaging over 6 yards per carry.
Up front for the Highlanders, Dan Schweitzer at left tackle, Mike Maxey at left guard, Charlie Ferguson is your center, Sam Henricks at right guard, Nick Freckman is the right tackle, the tight end is Riley Taylor, split end is Oliver Stewart, the backs are Koenig, Colville, Stuber. And again, it's Colville with a big run up the middle across the 40 out to the 41-yard line. 17-yard pickup and our initial first down of the night. First downs this quarter brought to you by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Yeah, Colville's not only a powerful runner, he's shifty, as you just saw.
Taylor Ramsher, the outside linebacker, finally got him down. 18-yard run to the 42, first and 10, Homestead. This time it's the quarterback, Sheehy. And he's brought down at the 45-yard line, gain of 3 on the play. Defensively for the Blue Dukes, 3-man front. It's Joe Brunner at one defensive end, Israel Blunt the nose tackle, Cullen Starker is the defensive end. Linebackers on the outside are Taylor Ramsher and Heath Oberg, and the inside linebackers are Patrick Muth and Nick Jornt. Secondary of Jack Stecker, Grover Bortolotti, Jaden Jackson, and Byron Burrows. Second down, 7 for Homestead. Their first pass of the game, thrown low and incomplete, intended for the running back Luke Koenig, out there the senior.
That was one of the patterns we saw Homestead working when we visited practice on Monday. They call that their warrior pass. Get it out to the outside real quickly.
First third down of the night, 3rd and 7 for Homestead. At the Highlander 45-yard line, working from the pistol is Sheehy. 2-step drop, throws it out high and through the hands, incomplete. Riley Taylor was the intended receiver. Brian Burrows would have been right there to make the play.
As we mentioned a moment ago, to call their offense a full house backfield. We haven't seen them in a full house backfield yet this evening.
So the Blue Duke defense gets a stop. Liebau will punt. He has been battling a nagging injury here the last couple of weeks.
Right, as of Monday, they didn't know if he'd be able to punt tonight. We don't think he'll be playing defense for the Highlanders, though.
Byron Burrows and Grover Bortolotti are the deep men for the Blue Dukes. Liebau gets it away. Fair catch signaled for. Run up, they'll let it hit the turf. It will roll to the 20-yard line. 35-yard punt on the roll to the 20. 10-19 to go here in our first quarter. First possession upcoming for the Blue Devils. Blue Dukes will take it. Jaden Jackson coming out at quarterback. A nice-looking quarterback, 6'3", 190, a junior, and one of the 6 two-way players that go for Whitefish Bay.
Right, not often that you see your starting quarterback also starting in the secondary.
Drew Garcia in the backfield. And the first play from scrimmage, Drew Garcia out to the 24-yard line. Anderson in on the stop, and Aderbrogan in there. We mentioned again this quarter, all first downs brought to you by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 9:50 to play here in the first quarter. First possession for the Blue Dukes. Second down, 7 from the 24. Jackson will pull the receiver far side off the line as they go with a wing left side, and Jackson will hand it off. And it's Garcia trying to get to the outside, that left side, pulled down almost immediately on the play. Again, Ian Anderson, the inside linebacker. Offensively for the Blue Dukes, Cullen Starker at left tackle, Joe Bakken at left guard, Amaury Stewart at center, Caleb Bowers at right guard, and Joe Brunner at right tackle. The tight end is Patrick Muth. The flanker is Jack Stecker. And the running backs, Kaufman, Drew Garcia, Nick Jornt, and Jackson, the quarterback. 3rd and 9 from the 22. Jackson, some confusion in the backfield, able to break one tackle out to the 23 and met by a host of Highlanders there, and will be stopped for a short gain, bringing up 4th down.
Should point out we're not going to be able to have some replays tonight. A couple of technical difficulties will preclude us from doing that. But if you saw that, the offensive line got pushed back into the backfield, really disrupted things.
Jacob Donovan will punt. Back to receive is Luke Koenig. Donovan gets this end-over-end kick. Koenig signaling for a fair catch, will make it at the 41-yard line. 8:10 to play, first quarter. It'll be the second possession upcoming for the Highlanders, and they'll get good field position here. They'll start this drive at their own 41-yard line.
Yeah, each team trying to feel the other one out right at this point. It'll be interesting to see what kind of personnel group Homestead's going to put into play right now.
Again, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, both teams, their toughest opponent was Grafton so far. Homestead able to pick up a hard-fought win. Whitefish Bay a hard-luck loss, if you will, last week. They try again going with Colville, and he is met for a short gain, maybe one. Grover Bartolotti able to make the tackle from that secondary position. Rolling clock, under 8 minutes to go here in this scoreless first quarter. Second, we'll call it 8 here for Homestead at their own 43-yard line. Sheehy able to step out of the tackle, has a man open downfield, and it's overthrown incomplete, looking for Oliver Stewart. The split end just running straight down the numerals that time was open. Byron Burrows was out there providing the defense.
I think Oliver thought that wasn't necessarily going to get that pass off, and I think you saw Ian Shee's arm strength there as he worked himself loose and got quite a bit on it going downfield.
You can see tough to bring down as well. 6 foot, 185, so not exactly able to go down easily.
Yeah, the coaches mentioned that Ian Shee really worked hard in the weight room this summer, and you could see that on display.
3rd and 8 from the 43. Play fake. Going to toss it out. Incomplete. Again, looking for Koenig at midfield. Overthrown. Punting coming up here for Homestead. Jack Stecker out there on the coverage for the Blue Dukes. Second punt of the game for Arthur Lebo.
Lebo back to do the punting for the Highlanders. Jackson Burrows back deep to receive for the Blue Dukes.
Bortolotti and Burrows will stand near the 20-yard line. Another good kick. Again, they'll get away from it, let it hit the ground, and it will roll dead at the 25-yard line. 32-yard punt, no return. Another 3-play out for the Highlanders. Blue Dukes will take over. 7:20 to go here in our first quarter. A scoreless first quarter in Whitefish Bay.
Yeah, one of the things we're going to have to watch carefully is that Blue Duke offensive line. They really don't have anybody backing them up, and 2 or 3 of those guys are finding themselves playing both ways. So that much bigger Highlander defense, is that going to take its toll?
Kaufman and Garcia, the backfield. Jackson will work in under center. They will send in motion Jornt. Not much there. Maybe a yard or two. That's about it for Garcia. Drew Garcia, the second carry tonight, brought down by Adebogan. We talked about Adebogan in our pregame, Coach. He is something else. 8 sacks already this year, 17 tackle for losses.
You know, you don't use that word unique too often, but that's what the Homestead coaches said about Io. He was just that different of an athlete.
6'3", 205, and a junior. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 from the 28. Again, Jackson in under center. Garcia single back. They'll bring a man in motion near side. It's Kaufman out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Short of the first down. It'll bring up 3rd and short. Andrew Walton and Adebogan both out there to make the stop.
Yeah, Matt Wolf thought they would play a lot of base defense. You saw that time they were in kind of a 5-2. Kind of working off that 4-4, but he said they were going to get too exotic to begin with because Whitefish Bay makes its living running the ball.
All season when a team gets inside their opponent's 20, they enter the Stritch Red Zone. Focused on your success, visit stritch.edu. 3rd and 1 from their own 34 for the Blue Dukes. Coming around near side, first down and more. Across midfield, down the near side. This is Nigel Cheeks. Cheeks in for the touchdown. 66-yard run for a newbie, Nigel Cheeks.
This is Nigel Cheeks' first game of the season for Whitefish Bay. Coach Walter, in talking to me about Nigel, just had this huge smile on his face.
It was almost like student body right there, Coach. They had the pulling guard, both guards out there to offer that outside for him here on the edge. Once they got the edge set across the 40-yard line, he was gone.
Yeah, they did that dive fake, and around he went.
Three plays, 73 yards. The kick is up, and it is good. 7-0 Whitefish Bay. They strike first. We'll step out. Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights in Whitefish Bay tonight with the Blue Dukes up 7-0. Pretty nice debut for Nigel Cheeks. His first touch of the season, he goes 66 yards for the score.
Put me in, Coach, is that old line from the song, and so he displayed that.
Well, we'll see how Homestead responds here. Donovan to kick off. Colville and Koenig standing deep. Donovan will kick it away. And this will be Colville. Across the 20, has a seam, and out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. 25-yard return. Nick Lewis brought that down. Well, while we are enjoying a great night and football game here in Whitefish Bay, we bring you a dose of reality. According to the Wisconsin Medical Society, 80% of patients dying from heroin overdose started with prescription drugs. A dose of reality brought to you by Mixap. Short of the 29, 1st and 10 Highlanders. There's your full house backfield look. And coming around the near side with it, Koenig. A nice run out to the 35-yard line, brought down by both Muth and Bartolotti.
Yeah, that time you saw two tights, T backfield, T formation. A lot of folks wouldn't know what that is. So.
Same look, twin tights. They'll go the other way. Stuber out to the 40-yard line. That should be enough for a Highlander first down. A Gruber Law Office's first down as they move the sticks at the 40-yard line. Starker making the tackle.
Yeah, Stuber has not carried the ball that often this season for him. Only 4 rushes for 40 yards. J.J. Colville, of course, is the feature back. But once again, you can see how they're breaking up the T formation. Now you've got no back.
Empty backfield, 5 receivers. Trips here to the near side for Sheehy. And he's going to keep it. Trying to go up the middle. Will spin out across the 42-yard line. Met by Starker once again, who brought him down. And Dave Keel, not unlike, going to spread you out and then say, okay, are you going to honor what I've got out there, or are we going to run out of this?
Yeah, offensive coordinator Drake Zortman is, he worked before with Dave Keel. Did an excellent job when he was at Shorewood Messmer, and has really added a lot to the Highlander offense.
This is Koenig. Breaks it across midfield and brought down from behind. Touchdown saving tackle by Taylor Ramsher, the junior. Came out of nowhere to save 6 for the Blue Dukes.
You're seeing, offenses that are a little bit alike. We're going to give it that wing tee look, fake that dive, give it to the halfback coming through on counter plays, sweeps.
21-yard pickup and a first down, and this time they'll hand it off. Stuber again. Cuts it back up the middle. Forward progress just shy of the 30-yard line for the Highlanders. Muth and Jornt bring him down. 3:40 to go here in our first quarter. 7-0 Whitefish Bay, but Homestead threatening here. Gary Stuber, I should say, on that last carry.
So far they're spreading the ball around. 3 very good weapons in that backfield, plus your quarterback.
Colville brought down near the first down. Jornt, and Muth both there. Colville, a 6'2 senior. Stieber's the junior, and that's always valuable, as Dave Keel says, when you can bring a junior or sophomore up and let them play a little bit here with the varsity.
Yeah, they're running behind Dan Schweitzer, 6'4", 320 on that left side.
2 receiver look, single back is Colville. He'll get the call. Inside the 22, moves the pile down to the 20-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. We'll bring up second and short. Jaden Jackson, the free safety, credited with the stop. Clock rolling, 2.5 minutes to play. We're in the first quarter. Special thanks tonight to Dan for providing our wonderful food each week for our Thursday Night Lights staff and crew. Check them out at dandanmke.com for their complete menu and delivery options. Colville spinning out of a tackle down to the 10-yard line. Colville, a gain of 10. Byron Burrows credited with the tackle.
Excellent balance by Colville there as he does that hit and spin move.
Another Gruber Law Office's first down. Just shy of the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 11. Again, they'll try and bounce it outside with Koenig. Not much there. Good job by the defense to string that out. Taylor Ramsher in on that stop, the outside linebacker here to the near side.
You can see Byron Burrows also tried to come up, force that back inside.
Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9 from the 10. Minute 35 remaining here in this first quarter. Koenig will be split to the right. Stieber here to the near side. Single back is Colville. And we got a timeout taken by the defense here. The Blue Dukes will burn their first timeout on defense. Well, he's a television icon, and now he's taking on his greatest duty ever. Don't miss Judge Jerry. That's weeknights at 5 and 5:30 here on My 24.
Yeah, Whitefish Bay needed to take that timeout. Homestead has been grinding that ball down there. And once again, as we pointed out, you don't want to overstate the case, but guys playing both ways starts to take its toll. Still a fairly warm evening.
1:20 remaining here in this first quarter. And again, we apologize right now. We're kind of short on the graphics and the replays, but we're sojourning on, as they say, with live television. 9-play drive currently by Homestead here.
Right, and we've seen them do it primarily on the ground. That's, people always think of some of the pass plays you see Homestead run, but Drake Zortman talked about, trying to go for a 65-35 balance, but he said as he's looked back over the years, it comes closer to 80-20.
They're facing 2nd and 9 from the 10-yard line. This will be the 10th play of the drive for the Highlanders. Again, Colville and Stieber in the eye. Flags at the snap. False start on Homestead. Our first penalty tonight for either team.
We'll see if they go back to that quick warrior pass, try to get that isolated to the outside, to that split end.
We're inside the Stritch red zone all season long. When a team gets inside their opponent's 20, they enter the Stritch red zone. Focused on your success, visit stritch.edu. Sheehy on the roll, wide open in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Oliver Stewart. Seward on the touchdown grab. The 6'4 junior floating off that right side found himself all alone in the back of the end zone.
You know, that running offense, you start to key on that, start to creep up, and suddenly you've got Oliver lined up there as tight end, and he sneaks out. That's his first touchdown catch of the year.
5th catch of the season for Seward. Goes for 6. Gresham will tie us at 7 with 1:14 remaining here in this first quarter. Officially a 10-play, 71-yard drive, 13-yard touchdown pass from Sheehy to Oliver Seward, 6'4", 180, a junior, his first touchdown reception of the year.
You know, Whitefish Bay hit that quick touchdown, Nigel Cheeks. The only trouble is those same players now that are playing defense, they've been getting ground down about. Now they've got to come back on offense. Can they eat up some clock and not have the defense go right back on the field? That's going to be kind of the game within the game.
I was going to say, and that's really the keys to the ball game, if you will. Add a 4th key there for the Blue Dukes, is that they have a number of players that are going both ways on what is a humid night tonight.
You know, in a young team, there are only 6 seniors on this Blue Duke roster. That was a very small class all the way through grade school into high school. They've got about 18, 19 sophomores, 18, 19 juniors, but that small senior class, so a lot of young guys out here playing tonight.
Jack Gresham will tee this one up. Burrows and Kaufman to receive this kick. It's going to be Kaufman inside his own 5. Slips as he makes his move across the 20-yard line. He saw some daylight, but the turf monster got him at the 20.
New turf here at Whitefish Bay. You know, could be a little slippery on the surface tonight.
As we said, we had a little passing sprinkle, a little light shower about an hour, hour and a half before kick tonight, moving through. And the humidity now up a little bit. Jaden Jackson, the junior at quarterback. Late here in this first quarter in a tie ball game. Movement by the left wing, and this will be flagged for a procedure call. That was Jornt, I believe, out there on that left wing who rocked out of his stance. First and 15 for Whitefish Bay from their own 16-yard line. This will be Nigel Cheeks trying to go the left side. Second carry of the night. This time they stop him for a short gain. Ian Anderson, the inside linebacker, stepping up to make the play. Under a minute to go here in this first quarter.
Anderson, coming into this game, been in on 13 tackles so far this season. They like to use Anderson when they start to go to their blitz package as well.
Officially a gain of 2, sets up 2nd and 13 from their own 18-yard line. Jackson at center. Go up the middle. Garcia all alone. He will take it to the house. 82 yards for Garcia, and the Blue Dukes retake the lead.
You know, that's one of the signature plays of a wing T offense. You know, you either give it to that fullback, get the halfback going around on this sweep. I don't know if you could notice, though, who was trying to chase him down. Io Odibigan.
Yeah.
Tremendous speed for a defensive end.
Another big play, 82 yards for the touchdown for Whitefish Bay. And the kick is up and good. 14-7 Whitefish Bay. On an 82-yard run by Drew Garcia, his 8th touchdown of the season.
You know, there's another one of those home run plays on offense. The only good thing for Whitefish Bay coming back, 14 seconds left in the quarter. Hopefully, you know, little time out there as we go to the second quarter, give them a chance to regroup.
2 big home runs here so far by the home team.
You know, 2 years ago when we broadcast this game, we came into it expecting a really close battle, and that night, once again, there were a lot of big plays by Whitefish Bay. Homestead that evening was kind of bitten by the turnover bug. That hasn't been the case tonight, but we're seeing that Whitefish Bay not going to back away from anybody.
It was interesting listening to Mike in our pregame talk, you and Mike talking about Jake Walter and the attitude that he has instilled with his team that, hey, we don't back down from anybody. We relish the challenge.
Yeah, I kidded with Jake earlier. I didn't know who his kick returners were. I said, could you possibly be in there? And he said, I think I could still take it to the house.
This will be Colville again from his 8. Out across the 20. Breaking tackles across the 35. Still on his feet to the 41-yard line and brought down there. Nice, strong return by Colville. 4 seconds to go here in the quarter will give good field position here for the Highlanders. A 33-yard return out to the 41-yard line.
You can see what a threat J.J. Colville is when he touches that ball.
Ian Sheehy under center. Twin tights. 3 in the backfield, the T formation here. And we'll hand it off. This is Koenig. He'll be stopped for a loss back at the 40-yard line, and that will end our first quarter here at Lubar Stadium. 14-7, the Blue Dukes on top of the Highlanders from Homestead. 2 big plays, and they lead by 7. Our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights Game of the Week on My 24. 14-7, Whitefish Bay leading after 1 quarter with Mike McGivern and Terry Kelly, John Weiser, and our My 24 sports crew at Lubar Stadium in Whitefish Bay tonight. Highlanders with a 2nd and 11 from their own 40-yard line. Again, they'll empty the backfield. 5 wides going out here for Homestead. And they'll toss it out. Complete to Koenig, breaks the tackle across midfield. The Blue Duke territory and out of bounds near the 45-yard line. Nick Jornt, his 4th tackle tonight for the Blue Dukes.
Yeah, Koenig, multi-dimensional threat. He's had 21 rushes for almost 270 yards coming into the game, plus 14 catches for over 350 yards.
15-yard pickup and a first down for Homestead at the Blue Duke 45. Again, a little play action. They're going to throw it out. Koenig wide open on the wing, inside the 20. Koenig will take it in for the touchdown. Luke Koenig, 5'10 senior, 4th receiving touchdown of the year for Koenig.
No sooner said multi-dimensional, and they went right to him. And we told you before the game, looking for that key time to get the pass in.
Excellent job by Sheehy, selling on the fake, able to roll and throw. Got the shoulders square and hit Koenig in stride for the 45-yard touchdown pass. Gresham's kick is up, and it is good. We are tied at 14. 3 plays, 60 yards, 45-yard touchdown pass from Sheehy to Luke Koenig. And that ties the game at 14 all. Well, the Salvation Army would like to recognize Ryan Miller, Community Outreach Manager for the Milwaukee Distribution Center, for all he does in doing the most good. We would like to remind everyone that you can do the most good by donating. Take advantage of 2 opportunities. You can drop off non-perishable food items in the Salvation Army barrel at any of our Thursday Night Lights game locations, or text TNL to 41444, and it will take you to the online donation page.
Well, the key to having play-action passes work is obviously having a running game that the defense has to honor and respect. And so that's worked well for the Highlanders on that last series.
Once again, it is Kaufman and Burrows deep for Whitefish Bay. Junior Jack Gresham does the place kicking for Homestead. And he will drive this one into the end zone for a touchback. Early here in this second quarter, 11:44 to play. We're tied at 14. Again, Homestead coming in with a record of 4-0. Whitefish Bay at 3-1.
Well, you know, Mike McGivern down on the sideline pointing out what happens. The defensive back coach for the Bay telling the players, you got to keep your eyes out of the backfield. Don't get caught. You know, got to read your keys, see what's happening in front of you.
Again, this will be Cheeks and Garcia, either side of Jackson, the quarterback. Jackson, the keeper.
Jackson on the keeper for the Blue Dukes.
Couple by Jackson. Ayo Arabogan. That's his 4th tackle tonight.
First contact for the Highlanders.
You know, one of the plays that they were working on heavily in practice the other night for Whitefish Bay was trying to hit Garcia coming out of the backfield, a little swing pass. So it might be interesting to see if they're going to try to get that dive fake and at the same time get him on the swing pattern.
Again, Cheeks and Garcia in the backfield. Twin receivers here to the near side. There's that quick pass. This time it's Kaufman. He is stopped out near the 23-yard line. Make it the 24, a gain of 2. Sam Warschauer. Some question whether or not Warschauer is going to start the ball game. He got dinged up in warm-ups tonight.
Warm-ups got his arm caught underneath another player. You know, he is, you know, as far as the Homestead coaches are concerned, he's their fastest player. And they really think he, along with Connor Braun, are keys to that defensive backfield success.
12 tackles on the season now for Warschauer. 3rd and long, 3rd and 6 from the 24. Highlanders jump into a blitz mode, back out. Jackson on that quick hit, trying to hit Kaufman on a slant route, nothing doing. A little quick drop, quick toss. Salino was out there in coverage on Kaufman.
Playing Captain Obvious here. Obviously not what Whitefish Bay wanted was to turn that ball right back to the Highlanders.
Jacob Donovan, a junior, averaging almost 39 yards per punt this year for the Blue Dukes. And end over end, Koenig will call for the fair catch near the 40-yard line. 36-yard punt by Donovan. 10:15 to play first half. We're tied at 14.
Got nice hang time on that punt
Yes.
as well. Allowed his teammates to get themselves downfield.
But again, for Homestead, third drive now where they've started at the 40-yard line.
Right.
Koval and Stieber are in the backfield out of the I formation. Colville trying to get to the right side, steps out of 3 tackles, fights his way forward out to the 45-yard line for a pickup of 5. Patrick Muth, one of the two-way players at inside linebacker, making the stop.
You know, good running position. You see with those shoulders down, keeps those knees driving.
2nd and 5 from the 45, 9:50 to play first half. Twin tights, T formation. Koenig. He will take it out just short of midfield. Burrows there to make the stop for Whitefish Bay. Gain of 4, so brings up 3rd and a long one here for Homestead. Ball just shy of the 49-yard line. Colville alone back in the backfield, 2 tight ends. It'll be the quarterback, Sheehy. For the first down into Blue Duke territory, Whitefish Bay 48-yard line. Nick Volsar, I believe, was in on that stop. Check that, Joe Bakken. Bakken able to make that tackle for Whitefish Bay, but it's enough for a first down at the Blue Duke 48-yard line. Empty backfield, 5 receivers going out. They fake for the swing pass, wide open for the toss down the far sideline and out of bounds at the 15-yard line is Riley Taylor, the tight end. 4th catch of the year for Taylor. Jaden Jackson again going both ways. The quarterback and defensive back saved the touchdown.
They fake that quick bubble. Defensive back comes rushing up. Riley Taylor takes off.
We're inside the Stritch Red Zone tonight. Brought to you by Cardinal Stritch University. Stritch.edu. They'll mark it at the 15. Sheehy going up the middle, down to about the 12-yard line, gain of 3. Patrick Muth, inside linebacker, on the stop.
Fake that jet sweep and having the quarterback keep the ball is just like having a fullback in there take it up inside.
Again, full house look. They'll roll Sheehy. Going for the pass, and it's just overthrown, incomplete. Oliver Seward, the intended target, and it was Bortolotti out on this coverage for the Blue Dukes.
Be interesting to see what they decide to do on this particular play. They've had a real nice mixture this first half.
Ian Sheehy looking to the sideline. Drake Zortman, the offensive coordinator, will signal the play in. They'll go 3 receivers here to the near side. Single back is Colville. And it'll be Sheehy up the middle, 5, goal line, touchdown, Homestead. Ian Sheehy spread him out and ran it up the middle for the score. 13-yard run for Sheehy.
Beautiful quarterback draw. They executed that extremely well. You know, Sheehy is a very strong, when you take a look at him, 6 feet, 185 pounds, very strong, hard-running quarterback.
Jack Gresham in for the extra point. Sheehy, the quarterback, on the hold. It is up, and it is good. 21-14, first lead of the night for Homestead on a 60-play, 60-yard drive. The big play, the 33-yard pass play to Riley Taylor that set them up in the stretch red zone.
Yeah, one of the keys we talked about for Whitefish Bay was dominating the time of possession. And Highlanders have been able to flip that scenario, and they've been keeping the ball. This is a key portion of the game. I don't think Whitefish Bay can afford to fall behind by 2 scores.
Sheehy's 13-yard touchdown run, his 4th rushing touchdown of the season.
Wisconsin. Congratulations to all involved in helping make the community.
It may be early here. We've got 7:59 to go in the second quarter, but this might be a big possession here for Whitefish Bay.
Right, they can ill afford to turn that ball right back to the Highlanders. They need to keep the ball, and better yet, can they shake Nigel Cheeks loose, or can they find another way to get Garcia to take advantage of his speed?
Kaufman and Burrows again deep for the Blue Dukes. Gresham to kick this one away. A line drive spiral. Kaufman will scoop it up at the 6. Circles back across the 15 and out to the 22-yard line. 16-yard return for Kaufman. Will set the Blue Dukes up 1st and 10 at their own 22. 7:54 remaining here in this first half. Lucas Hart and Nate Philander both in on the stop for Homestead.
Jaden Jackson, outstanding athlete, extremely good basketball player, drawing a lot of interest. Now he's got to become kind of the heart and soul of this offense to kind of diversify it a little bit.
Coming up, we'll highlight high school students who achieve in tonight's Carthage Aspire Student Highlight, brought to you by Carthage College Aspire Program. Visit carthage.edu. Cheeks and Garcia the backfield here behind Jackson, the quarterback. And it's Cheeks trying to bust it outside, breaks a tackle, gets back to the line of scrimmage. Lucky to do so there, as that would have been stopped for a 5-yard loss. Brought down by Perlstein, Alec Perlstein. But in effect, it was Warschauer who got into that backfield to break that play up.
You did, however, see Nigel Cheeks demonstrate 2 traits that Coach Walter said he had, fast and strong. He was able to break that first tackle, fight his way back, almost back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 12. Try and go up the middle. Garcia able to take it for a short gain of 1. It looked like Andrew Walton got in there to make the stop.
Nice size linebacker, 6'5", 200-pound senior.
6:50 and counting remaining here in this first half. Homestead with their first lead, 21-14. Blue Dukes now facing a 3rd and 11 from their own 21. Jackson hit as he's thrown, ball in the air, and it goes incomplete. Stecker, the intended receiver, with a penalty marker down inside the 20-yard line. Holding on Whitefish Bay. See if Homestead will decline here. They will, bringing up 4th down.
And Jackson took a little bit of a shot on that play as well. He came out holding his arm a little bit.
That blitz by the Highlanders, able to get into Jackson that time as he stepped into that throw. Donovan, left foot kicker, to punt this one away. Again, averaging a 39 per kick coming into the game. Big rush, got it away. And the Highlanders will let it roll inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. 45-yard punt with the roll.
Not quite sure how Donovan got that one away.
6:20 remaining here in this first half, 21-14, Homestead. So Highlanders 1st and 10 at their own 34. Jackson coming back out there on defense. Took that shot on that 3rd down play. I formation for the Highlanders. Colville breaking tackles out across the 40. Out to the 44-yard line on the forward progress. It'll be enough for a 1st down for Homestead.
Saw Colville take
Jaden Jackson making the stop.
Saw Colville take both arms, wrap him around that ball as he came through the line.
Just shy of the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 Homestead. Twin tights, 3-man backfield. It's going to be a pass. Tossing it out is Stieber. Wide open out there across the middle. Making the catch was Riley Taylor, the tight end, his 2nd catch tonight. Down to the Blue Duke 30-yard line. 26-yard pass play. We have a flag down in the backfield, however.
Yeah, Drake Zortman talked about they were looking to look for ways to get that ball to Riley Taylor.
Correction, Jackson and Bortolotti on the tackle.
See if they wave this flag off. Let's see.
There was a penalty on the play.
Roughing the passer, the call against the Blue Dukes will add 15 more, moving it into the stretch red zone.
See Cullen Starker pleading his case to the official, and I think the judge has ruled on that already.
So Homestead now in the stretch red zone. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Nice toss by Stieber. Colville again, right side. Colville breaking tackles inside the 5. Touchdown, Highlanders. Made it look easy.
Once again, he hits, he spins, keeps driving upfield.
2nd touchdown of the night for Colville. 27-14, Homestead. We talked about that quick possession given up by the Dukes, and Homestead takes advantage. Gresham's kick is through. 28-14, Homestead on top, 5:32 to play in this 1st half. We will take a break. Heiser Automotive Group, Thursday Night Lights on My 24. $15-yard touchdown run by J.J. Colville. And Homestead has added to their lead here, 28-14, midway through our 2nd quarter.
Jake Walters said, you know, when you look at Homestead, you know they're extremely well coached, and they're a team that rarely beats themselves. And we're kind of seeing that play out in this 1st half.
Burrows and Kaufman standing deep for Jack Gresham's kick. Returnable, Kaufman from the 4. Has a lane out to the outside. Couldn't quite get there. Nice defensive play. Connor Braun and Charlie Salino able to take Kaufman down. Looked like he was going to get the edge here to the near side, but good close by Connor Braun that time.
Connor Braun kept him to that inside, kept that outside shoulder free, did exactly like I'm sure he's been coached.
21-yard return out to the 25-yard line for the Blue Dukes. Now you have Garcia split out in formation here with Cheeks the single back. And the right guard fired out of his stance. 4th penalty tonight against the Blue Dukes.
Well, defensive coordinator Matt Wolf, I think, has to feel good about his Highlander defense. You know, they got, torched twice, big hitter plays, but for the most part, they've been able to contain the Blue Dukes.
First and 15 for Whitefish Bay. Again, Cheeks the single back. Garcia split out far side. Quarterback will keep it. Jackson out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Wesley Lawler, strong safety for the Highlanders, there to make the stop.
You know, so far on the year, Jackson has rushed 54 times for a little over 400 yards, you know, so he's not afraid to tuck that ball under his arm and take off.
Gain of 6, second down 9, under 5 minutes to go here in this first half, 28-14, Homestead. Again, Garcia, single receiver out to the right side. Cheeks the single back for Jackson. Throwing on the run, in traffic, looking for Kaufman, broken up. That was Ian Anderson, inside linebacker, underneath the shirt of Kaufman that time on that pass play.
Nice play. Took that right hand, raked it across the front of the receiver, knocked that ball away.
Quickly sets up 3rd and 9 here for the Blue Dukes. Just over 4.5 minutes to play here in this first half. Stecker split right. They'll split Garcia here to the near side. Kaufman lined up in the slot here near side with Cheeks in the backfield for Jackson. He'll keep it. Jaden brought down nicely at the 20-yard line. Ayo Adabagun. 5 tackles for Adabagun.
We mentioned before he had, 17 tackles for loss, 8 and 9 sacks on the year. He really gets penetration. Nice frame. He's only going to get bigger and stronger.
Lost back to the 21-yard line. Loss of 4th and 14. Donovan got one away on a strong rush last time. And it goes through the hands. He'll pick it up back at the 33, stumbling across the 35 is Koenig. He made a recovery out to the 43-yard line. Return of 10. Reed Jamerson was in there on the tackle for the Blue Duke.
Oftentimes you see a punt get muffed. Defense gets out of its lanes going down on their coverage. And quite often you'll see that returner get himself a nice return on that.
At the 42, 3:39 to go here in this first half, 28-14 Homestead. Took the lead here in this second quarter, and they've added to it. Sheehy from the pistol. Fake to Colville. Sheehy around the right side with some running room. Stiff arms a man across midfield. Penalty marker down as she is brought down shy of the 45-yard line. Second marker flying in from the 40-yard line. Jackson and Stecker credited with the stop. We'll check out the call.
Illegal use of hands is called against the defense. I'm sorry, against the offense. Correction.
Be a holding call here against Homestead.
Came at a key time, but now Whitefish Bay has to be able to find a way to stop this drive. Can't afford to give up that 5th touchdown of the half.
And again, in high school, it's stepped off from the spot of the infraction, so this is one of those weird 1st and 8 situations here with that penalty occurring downfield. From the 44-yard line, 1st and 8 for the Highlanders. Colville off the left of Sheehy. Rolling left, setting up, back over the middle. Penalty marker down as the ball goes through the hands of Koenig. This will be a pass interference call here against the Blue Dukes, and really needed to do that, otherwise that was 6 points.
Yeah, Jack Stecker, number 4, reached out, said, I see him getting beat. Once again, since it's high school rules, it's not a spot infraction. It's 15 yards from the line of scrimmage.
So 15 from the line of scrimmage. We'll move it into Whitefish Bay territory at the Blue Duke 41-yard line. 3 minutes remaining here in this second quarter, 28-14 Homestead. Coming up in our halftime report, we'll highlight this week's Scholar Athlete nominees. We'll take an opportunity to meet a few of the sponsors tonight that help make Thursday Night Lights happen. And we'll take a look at the highlights from the first half. Ball on the turf. They wrestle for it at the 41-yard line. Colville fumbles it away, and the Blue Dukes come away with it. Israel Blunt came up with the recovery for the Blue Dukes.
Yeah, Israel is, one of those 6 seniors, and Jake Walter said he's done a nice job. I'm sure Aaron Shane proud of how Israel hung in there.
First turnover tonight by the Highlanders. Pumps some life into that Blue Duke sideline, down 14.
It's not as though Blue Duke offense has been moving so well that they can get some of those play-action passes they've been looking for. But I'm sure if we see them do a fake and then try to give the ball to Garcia, maybe that can shake things up.
Garcia and Cheeks in the backfield. Jackson in under center. Cheeks breaks the tackle out to the 43-yard line where he's turned back there. Good closing speed by that Highlander defense.
Yeah, you saw 3 defenders close right on Cheeks.
Pearlstein and Salino both there.
Yeah, Pearlstein's an interesting case. He's a sophomore. You'll see very few sophomores playing for the Highlanders, but an excellent wrestler, very, very strong.
Officially a gain of 1, second down 9 at the 42-yard line, 2:15 to play in the half. Garcia met at the line of scrimmage. Dan Foster, reserve defensive tackle in there on this series for the Highlanders, made the stop.
Yeah, you watch them walk, Highlanders walk those 2 outside backers up. It gives them a 6-man front. And in the middle of that defense, you got Mason Resch, first team all-conference performer a year ago, 6'1", 335.
Clock ticking down, 1:40 to play here in the half. Big third down here for the Blue Dukes. 3rd and 8 from the 43. Jackson heaves it out, man open, and he couldn't catch up to it. Jack Stecker broke containment, was open at the numerals inside the 30. That ball just a hair overthrown.
And they had Drew Garcia underneath on that pattern. Both of those guys were open. It just couldn't quite make the connection.
Clock stopped, 1:25 to go, bringing up 4th down. The Blue Dukes will punt. Jackson took another shot as he delivered that football. He's on the bench here being tended to by the training staff. High snap, trouble here. And punter will go down back at the 27-yard line. Snap over the head. Might have been Salino who got in there to make the stop.
Yes. Saleno, the coach, has pointed out he's an excellent golfer as well, and he was working his way out of the sand trap to make that play.
Well, Gotham City has a new protector. Suit up for the new DC Superhero Series, Batwoman. That's Sunday nights at 7, followed by Supergirl starting October 6th on Milwaukee's CW 18. Each team with a turn tonight. Homestead looking to add to their lead, up 28-14, minute 18 to play. Sheehy, wide open man out there is Koenig. Koenig out of bounds at the 10-yard line. 17-yard pickup. Bellotti was there on the stop.
With a Jackson out of the secondary, they had a foul-up. Highlanders had trips to the left, only 2 defenders out there to cover 3 receivers.
They'll place it at the 10. They can get it inside the 1 for a first down. Again, they'll spread them out. 3 receivers here to the near side. Koval the single back. Koval the call. He'll get it inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line by Koval. 1 minute to play here in this second quarter. Heath Oberg able to make the tackle for Whitefish Bay. Homestead taking as much time as they can. Clock rolling, 43 seconds remaining in the half. A play fake over the middle, toss it over the middle, and it goes through Seawart's hand, incomplete.
Well, there's that play action pass we also talked about earlier. Fake that dive.
Seward goes 6'4", 180. Stops the clock with 34 seconds in the half. 3rd and 9 for the Highlanders.
Drake Zortman signaling in the play to Sheehy.
Again, 3 receivers here to the near side. Blue Dukes take a timeout. Second timeout by Whitefish Bay. They have 1 remaining with 34 seconds to play here in this first half.
Yeah, they realize the need for them to stiffen up. They cannot get themselves down by 3 scores.
Blue Dukes huddling up. Aaron Schoen is their defensive coordinator. Homestead on that far sideline. Dave Keel. Drake Zortman you see in the middle of that Homestead huddle.
Yeah, Mike McGivern on the sideline letting us know that Jackson has got himself his shoulder dinged up a little bit. So, you know,
he's taken a couple of shots, stepping up and throwing, particularly on the blitz package that's been provided by Homestead here tonight.
Plus, he's out there playing defense,
going both
and
ways.
so you know, I'm sure that's taking its toll. It can account for a couple of those passes not quite hitting the mark.
Third and a good 9 here for the Highlanders. Again, they can take it just inside the 1 for a first down. 34 seconds to play here in this second quarter, up 28-14. Again, Koval the single back. 2 by 2 are the receivers here for the Highlanders. Sheehy with time. Back over the middle, ball tipped twice, and it falls incomplete. Looking for Koval out of the backfield. Muth able to knock that one away.
Yeah, their only returning defensive starter from a year ago made a big play there. See if Homestead's going to opt to do the field goal.
This will be a 27-yard attempt, middle of the field for Gresham. No wind. This from 27, high snap. Sheehy gets it down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Second field goal of the year for Jack Gresham. He had a 40-yarder against West Bend East earlier this year.
Yeah, good job by the defense for Blue Dukes keeping the Highlanders out of the end zone. But still, that's a 3-score lead right now.
Four plays, 17 yards after the missed on the high snap to the punter.
Now, Coach Shane's got to be happy with how his defense responded there, being put in a tight situation. Now, if Whitefish Bay is going to receive the second half kickoff, see if they can regroup at halftime, come out, get back into the game.
$17 unanswered here by the Blue Dukes, or by the Highlanders, I should say.
Right, and you know, you're seeing the many facets of Homestead's offense come into play here.
Again, they have won 22 consecutive conference games. Their
18,
last 18, excuse me.
18 conference titles.
18 conference titles, but 22 consecutive games. Their last conference loss was here 2 years ago in a game we had on Thursday Night Lights. Gresham will pooch this one around on the ground. Blue Dukes will fall on it. Bortolotti will cover that one up, and so let's see what Whitefish Bay will do here with 22 seconds to go here in this first half.
Just inside the 25. First and 10 Blue Dukes.
Jackson coming back out.
Kind of interested what your philosophy would be here. Take a knee, get to halftime. You know, make sure you don't put your quarterback at risk.
Garcia nowhere to run.
Garcia on the carry for the Blue Dukes.
And that will probably run out the clock here for the Blue Dukes.
For the Highlanders.
Bogan, his 7th tackle of this first half for Homestead.
You know, only a junior, and I'm sure he's going to start to get some looks because you look at the frame, his speed, his agility. Excellent ball player.
17 unanswered here in the second quarter by the Highlanders. They will take a 31-14 lead into the locker room. Our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights in Whitefish Bay tonight. At North Shore Battle, Homestead on top, heading into halftime. Back with our halftime programming after this. Welcome back to our halftime programming here, our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights at Lubar Stadium in Whitefish Bay. Homestead leading Whitefish Bay by a score of 31-14. It's time now for our Scholar Athletes of the Week. And this week's nominee from Homestead High School is Connor Braun. Connor has a 3.953 GPA, is on the high honor roll, member of the National Honor Society, Merit Award, and Be Mighty Award winner. He's a member of the 2018 State Football Champions and has been selected as a captain this year. Connor volunteers with many Homestead athletic programs. He's a member of Kilt Club, tutors math, and is a senior leader in church. And our nominee from Whitefish Bay is Elena DeLongchamp. Elena participates in tennis, basketball, and soccer, and was selected an AP Scholar with honors. A 4-year varsity starter in tennis, she earned first team all-conference honors. She was selected first team all-state in soccer, helped her team reach the state finals. Elena is a serious student in classical piano, winnowing several performance awards. She helps out in the community, volunteering at youth basketball camps, and is also currently writing a book on the history of St. Monica Parish and School. Congratulations to this week's Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights Scholar Athlete nominee. We are at halftime here at Lubar Stadium. Homestead leading by a score of 31-14. It's my pleasure to bring into our broadcast booth here tonight Janet Braverman, the Executive Director of External Partnerships with Cardinal Stritch University. Welcome tonight.
Well, thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
And you're also an alum of Stritch University.
I am. I graduated back in 2009. My master's degree, master's in business management.
Fantastic. Outstanding. What went into the decision to be part of the My 24 Thursday Night Lights here tonight?
Well, we love supporting high school. We love supporting students, and it's our goal to create clear pathways for students into college. So we love, anytime we get an opportunity to participate in an event like this, we do it. My role at Stritch is the Executive Director of External Partnerships. So I'm always out in the community promoting Stritch, working with for-profit, nonprofit organizations, and so doing our best to provide educational opportunities for all corporations, high schools, nonprofits, you name it.
Now, you've had some agreements that you've had with some of the high schools that allows them to get some college credit while they're in high school?
We do. We have what's called the concurrent enrollment program where we do that as well, yes.
Fantastic, fantastic. And part of a nice, exciting crowd here tonight in Whitefish Bay as
it
well, not
is.
too far from home.
I know, and my son actually plays for the JV team at Homestead, so he's just not here tonight. He's not feeling well. Otherwise, he'd be here with me, so
watching,
it's exciting
I'm sure,
night.
at home, right?
Absolutely. He is watching me on TV. Hey, guys.
Well, welcome again to our broadcast tonight, Jeanette Braverman, and thank you for Cardinal Stritch for being part of our Thursday Night Lights here.
Thank you so much for having us.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Janet Braverman, the Executive Director of External Partnerships with Cardinal Stritch University. You'll find her at stritch.edu. Halftime here in Whitefish Bay, Homestead leading the Blue Dukes 31-14. Back with more of our halftime programming right after this. Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights, North Shore Conference action tonight. Halftime here at Whitefish Bay High School. The Blue Dukes trail the Homestead Highlanders 31-14. Time now for a United States Marine Corps interview, and it's my pleasure to introduce to our broadcast tonight Sergeant Eric Boyd, who is a recruiter out of the Milwaukee station. Welcome.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'll tell you what, you've got the build. You must have played this game a little bit back in high school.
One of my favorite sports. I did play in high school, outside linebacker back in the day.
Well, tell me about your role as a recruiter here in Milwaukee.
My role as a recruiter is to influence young men and women and just tell them the Marine Corps story and just get a better understanding so the information they might want to find out.
And there's opportunities in the Marine Corps to get your education as well.
That's very true. Marine Corps is very fond of education through tuition assistance and GI Bill and things like that, sir.
The Eric Boyd story, how did you get involved with the Marine Corps?
A recruiter told me a great dream, and I followed it, sir.
And how long have you been in?
I've been in for 6 years, sir.
6 years?
Yes, sir. And I enjoy every bit of it. I've never been to Milwaukee. I'm here now, and I'm enjoying it while I'm here.
What do you think of high school football here in Milwaukee?
It's different. It's TV ball for high school, so it's pretty awesome.
And using that athletic ability can lead to a nice career in the service.
It definitely could, mainly because it's athletic. You're used to putting strain on your body and just getting used to it.
And the team aspect of it, because you are with a team as a Marine.
The team aspect of it is you build leadership, and that's what most of high school ball is about, leadership and just working together and getting over obstacles and things like that, beating the next opponent. Well,
we thank you very much for your service to the country, Mr. Boyd, and appreciate you coming up for our interview here tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Eric Boyd, Sergeant with the United States Marine Corps out of the recruiting station here in Milwaukee, part of our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights. Well, tonight's Carthage Aspire student highlight. We have two students tonight from Homestead High School. We highlight Dylan Bradley. Dylan is Vice President of DECA, a student leader with Scout Troop 852, and served as a Homestead representative at Badger Boys State and Wisconsin Leadership Seminar. He organized a fundraiser to smash hunger between the boys and girls volleyball teams, and proceeds went to the Ozaukee County Family Sharing. For his Eagle Scout project, Dylan designed and built benches to provide accessibility through the Mequon Nature Preserve. In the words of Homestead Principal Eric Ebert, Dylan is an inclusive, outgoing, talented young man, the definition of a mighty Highlander. And from Whitefish Bay tonight, we honor Sarah Kirshner. Sarah is an excellent student, a co-president of Bay Gives Back, and a varsity athlete. She is vital to organizing and executing many large-scale community events, including the annual citywide food drive benefiting River West Food Pantry, the annual gift drive to benefit students and families at Wind Lake Elementary and Middle School, 2 blood drives, and is a drive to benefit local nonprofits that work with the homeless. She is considered a confident, open-minded, and empathetic student. Congratulations to you both, as the Aspire program is a 4-year program where Carthage students develop a dynamic approach to goal setting and life skill building. Students will own their ability to be lifelong learners and impactful contributors in the world. Joining me now from Carthage College, my goodness, it's my office mate here, Bill Weir, one of the admission representatives for Carthage.
Hello, John.
Yeah,
Good to see you again today.
Hey, what do you think so far? Pretty good game, huh?
Hey, this is a great game. What a lot of fun. Yeah.
There was an announcement this week by Carthage College. Why don't you share that?
Yes, there was. So we're very excited to be able to announce a 30% reduction in our top-line tuition. Carthage has so much scholarships for academics and need-based grant money that it turns out that virtually nobody's paying $45,000 a year for tuition. So to be more transparent and more realistic, we're lowering our top-line tuition down to $31,500 for next year. And we're still going to be offering lots of academic scholarships and need-based grants to our students as well. So we're very excited to announce that. We're also excited, too, because of the number of people now with a smaller top line are very interested in considering Carthage and going through our scholarship and financial aid process.
The Aspire program, big announcement coming next week, the big conference with Aspire programming.
That's correct. So next week we'll have the Aspire Conference for all of the interested parties in that. Will they be able to meet the head of the program as well as individual counselors assigned to particular majors and undecideds. And so we're very excited to be kicking that off next week.
And the key here, it starts at the freshman year rather than second semester of senior year.
Yes, that's the number one point. Historically, other places you would typically spring semester, senior year, hey, I better go think about a job. But we're kicking that off first semester, freshman year. So the entire time, the 4 years at Carthage, they're getting experiences in their chosen field or to help them decide what their chosen field is.
Bill, keep up the good work.
Thank you, John.
All right, Bill Weir from Carthage College. Find out more about the Aspire program at carthage.edu. 31-14, Homestead on top of Whitefish Bay. Back with more after this on My 24. 31-14, Homestead on top of Whitefish Bay. Our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday night lights in Whitefish Bay tonight, a key North Shore battle. Joined now by the president of Concordia University, Reverend Patrick Ferry, and it's got a PhD after it, so I don't know, is it Reverend Doctor or Dr. Reverend? How
I
do you
think
want
it's
that?
the Reverend President, Doctor, whatever, yeah. Just call me Pat.
Yeah, Pat, well, welcome to Thursday Night Lights,
Thank you.
and we're glad to have Concordia on board this year.
Well, we're so glad to be here, and especially fun to be here tonight with these two North Shore teams that are part of the same community that we share, the Blue Dukes and the Highlanders. And to be at Sheldon Lubar Stadium, Sheldon's a great guy in our community. It's really, really awesome to be here.
The term "live uncommon."
Yeah.
That seems to be the theme at Concordia these days.
Yeah, it's more than a tagline. We think it really reflects the experience that students get, students who come to us from schools in our near community like these places, but really from around the world to be a part of some really special opportunities. Yeah.
And great opportunities for all different majors at Concordia.
Right. And I think folks would be surprised sometimes to know that we have over 6,000 students at Concordia. We have the largest MBA program in the state of Wisconsin. We have healthcare programs in pharmacy and physician. Lots of opportunities for students to study really some great career tracks.
And you got a great football coach in Greg Eder.
He's a great guy. We're off to a 2-0 start.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Very good. And I know Greg is watching tonight. So.
Oh, good. Well, hi, Greg.
So as we wrap this up, what do you want to leave us with here from Concordia?
Well, we're just very pleased to be a part of this community and so grateful for kids who are out here competing and having a great experience. And we'd like to take an opportunity to invite them to come visit us at Concordia.
Well, we're glad you're on board this season for Thursday Night Lights.
It's
Welcome.
our pleasure. Thanks a lot.
You bet.
Thanks.
That was Reverend Patrick Ferry, the president of Concordia University. 31-14, Homestead on top of Whitefish Bay. Second half kickoff comes your way next. Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights, second half tonight from Whitefish Bay High School. The homestanding Blue Dukes trailing in this one 31-14. They will get the ball to start this second half, and if there is a more important series tonight, it's got to be this one to start this third quarter.
Yeah, this is that conundrum to be in. You need to make sure you can run time off the clock, but you're also trailing, so you got to get your scores. You cannot afford to have a 3 and out along the way.
Blue Dukes with just 155 yards of offense, 154 on the ground, but two big plays, the Garcia 80-yard run and then the 65-yard run by Nigel Hayes.
You can do the higher math that I can't do. It tells you what the rest of the offense was able to accomplish.
So be Kaufman. Check that Garcia on the return out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. 19-yard return will set up the Blue Dukes with good field position here to begin this second half. Charlie Solano making the stop for the Homestead Highlanders. Again, up front, it'll be Cullen Starker, Joe Bakken, Amaury Stewart, Caleb Bowers, Joe Brunner. Muth, the tight end. Stecker is a flanker. Garcia and Cheeks, the running backs. Jaden Jackson is the quarterback. Kaufman will line up as a wing to the right side. Garcia and Cheeks, the backfield. 1st and 10. Garcia swarmed under at the line of scrimmage. Mason Resch, first team all-conference a year ago, makes the play for the Highlanders.
Yeah, you put that guy at 335 right in the middle of that defensive line that can really clog up the holes.
You'll see him in the track meet state in shot and discus this last year.
Nice size, but once again, it's just not brute strength. It's coordination as well.
Loss of 2, second down 12. Cheeks and Garcia split backfield. They send the man in motion, Jornt. Garcia with some running room. Garcia across midfield. He will take it inside the 20 and will get him. And it's a touchdown. Touchdown, Whitefish Bay. I don't see any flags.
I'm not quite sure why we don't see a flag. There was
nearly a blindside hit.
It was a sure clip.
74-yard run for Garcia, and the Blue Dukes are back in it.
It's a shame we don't have replay because one of the Whitefish Bay receivers did a masterful job going on the right sideline, signaling to it like he was signaling to the quarterback to throw it, kept the defensive back from coming off, making the play sooner.
Garcia's second touchdown tonight. Kaufman with the kick. And it's good. Back to within 10 early here in this third quarter, 10:53 remaining. Well, they needed to make a statement, Coach, and they did.
They did, and here's that thing where you need right now, force a 3 and out, now get the ball, consume some time.
You had that as the lead key tonight, dominate the time of possession. That hasn't happened. They'll need it here in this second half.
Yeah, you know, the home run plays, obviously you'd rather have them than not have them. By the same token, you have to have something in between.
End your day with 4 hours of family comedies that everyone will enjoy. Defy the daily grind and dare to share late night laughs. That's weeknights at 9 on CW 18. Second touchdown tonight for Drew Garcia. You may recall 2 years ago, brother Cade Garcia, the quarterback for this Blue Duke team, leading him in a 26-0 shutout of these Highlanders.
He put on a real exhibition that night, some excellent throws, so forth. I'd be interested in hearing a little of the interaction right now between Drake Zortman, the offensive coordinator, and Matt Wolf. They're kind of give and take. They said against Grafton, it was Wolf, the defensive coordinator, called for a quarterback sneak that went for like 65 yards. I'm pretty sure Drake might be going and whispering a couple things to do defense to take away that home run. You know, Dave Keel really puts a lot of credit to his staff and what they do. And, you know, you can meet these guys, great sense of humor, wonderful camaraderie. Obviously, if you're a successful program, you've got people like that working with you.
Keel 288 wins in his coaching career at Homestead. The kick. Colville out of the end zone. Looked like he was in the end zone. We'll take it across the 30. Breaks a tackle. Out to midfield and out to the 47-yard line. 53-yard return out to the Blue Duke 47-yard line. Nick Lewis able to make the tackle.
I'd love to know what Koval's total yardage is tonight. You know, on returns, all-purpose yards, unbelievable.
Excellent field position for the Highlanders as Ian Sheehy, 6-foot senior quarterback. He's played a role in this game here tonight, both with his legs and his arm. Signals a play out to Koenig here on the near side. They'll toss. Colville down to the 42-yard line. Gain of 5 by Colville. Yeah, I'd be interested to know his total yardage tonight for Colville, both in the return game and rushing. Brings up 2nd and 5 for Colville, or for the Highlanders, I should say. They'll move Colville into a slot here. 5 receiver look, empty backfield. 156 total yards tonight for Mr. Colville.
We know that this formation, though, isn't necessarily pass. We've seen the quarterback draw out of this play's formation as well.
Counting down is the back judge. They just get this play away on the draw. Blue Dukes are ready.
There was that quarterback draw.
Cullen Starker, one of the two-way players on defensive end here for the Blue Dukes, make the stop.
No gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
So 3rd and 5 for Homestead. 9.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Lead down to 10, 31-21. Seward lined up here to the near side. 3 receivers far side. Colville the single back. Sheehy again on a design draw. Will get the first down inside the 35-yard line. Excellent job by Sheehy. It was Israel Blunt who recovered a fumble earlier tonight, leading the defense on the tackle. And this quarter, first downs brought to you by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1st and 10 at the Blue Duke 35. They'll line up Koval, right of the quarterback Sheehy. And jet sweep going to Koenig, read nicely by the Blue Duke defense. Byron Burrows. Corner here on the near side, able to make the stop. Little jet sweep action with the man in motion.
Only 145 pounds, but we've seen Byron come up and make a couple key stops this evening.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. This time they put Koval in a slot here to the near side. 3 receivers left side. Blitz coming, got it away. Hit as he's thrown, completes the pass, far side Koenig. Boy, Sheehy stood down that blitz.
Once
it was
again,
Taylor Ramsher who got the blitz that time, got to the quarterback. Stecker was able to make the stop.
Once again, Whitefish Bay is having trouble adjusting to that trips formation. One of the 3 is always open.
13-yard pickup in the first down. Sheehy again. In double coverage, incomplete. Looking for Koenig again. Bortolotta and Stecker were both there, providing the double coverage that time for Whitefish Bay.
One of the things that they talked about at the Homestead practice is doing a little bit of the wheel pattern, which is, Homestead famous play, but then they wanted to fake the wheel, see if they could isolate Riley Taylor up the seam. See if they set something like that up on this series.
Stieber lined up as a wing here to the right side. Colville will get the call. Not much there, down to the 20-yard line. Gain of a couple. Brings up 3rd and about 8 here with 7.5 minutes to play here in the third. Ben Schenk was there on the stop.
Yeah. Crowd right now should be shaking their keys because this is a key play for the Whitefish Bay defense.
3rd and 8 from the Blue Duke 20-yard line.
Pickup of 1, 3rd and 9.
Sheehy on the fake will keep it on the read, and he is met in the hole. Nothing doing. A stout Whitefish Bay defense. Cullen Starker, his 5th stop tonight. Going with a little read option that time, pulled it back from Colville.
Cullen stayed right at home, feathered that play, and make a great play.
This will be a 37-yard field goal attempt. Made one from 27 earlier. This will be a 37. The kick is on the way. Line drive, and it's wide left. No good. So the Blue Duke defense able to take over here. 6:26 remaining here in this third quarter. And they've cut the deficit to 10.
Well, they got that stop that they needed. Now we talked about, all right, can they hold the ball now? Long period of time.
8 plays, 38 yards that time. The missed 37-yard field goal. Whitefish Bay will take over at their own 20. Stecker to the near side. Garcia and Cheeks in the backfield. Jackson will work in under center. Cheeks cuts it back inside, and he's off to the races again. Pulled down from behind at the 43-yard line. Great pursuit that time by the Homestead defender. That was Ao Adebagun again.
And once again, that wide receiver near the sideline keeps going up, waving his hands. The DB doesn't know that it's been a handoff.
That was a 6'3", 205-pound defensive end that was chasing Cheeks down at the 42-yard line. "38-yard pickup. Cheeks again. Turns the corner at the far hash, gets it inside the 40-yard line. Again, his first game is tonight. His first carries coming tonight. Pearlstein, linebacker, making the stop for the Highlanders.
I planted that outside foot, turned it upfield.
Nigel Cheeks, a sophomore. Again, only 6 seniors on the entire squad here for Whitefish Bay. 5:25 remaining here in this third quarter. 31-21, Blue Dukes driving. They trail by 10. 2nd and 5 from the 37. Movement up front. Highlanders jump the neutral zone.
Offensive coordinator Paul Rathkamp, who Coach Walters says has been there for him all during his time here at Whitefish Bay, has produced some wonderful offensive lines here. And coaches throughout the North Shore really respect Whitefish Bay in terms of what they've been accomplishing. Little undermanned in terms of size of squad, but the kids really play hard.
A costly penalty will result in a first down. So a fresh set of downs here to the 32-yard line for Whitefish Bay. Jaden Jackson, the junior quarterback. Split backfield, Cheeks and Garcia. Try and go up the middle to about the 30. Garcia with that carry. Walton in on the stop. Outside linebacker for the Highlanders.
They try to get that wing back to motion to become an extra blocker, run the power off tackle, trying to run behind Cullen Starker and Joe Bakken to that left side.
4.5 minutes to play here in the third. 2nd and 8 at the Highlander 30-yard line. Again, they send Jordan in motion. The toss to Garcia. Trying to get the edge here on the near side. Good pursuit by the Highlander defense. The result, about a 5-yard pickup. It'll bring up 3rd and short here. 3rd and about 3 for the Blue Dukes. Out of Begogan, 9 tackles tonight.
When they talked about, what an outstanding player he was as a junior, in on 33 tackles overall coming into this game. Now he's up in the 42, 43 mark.
Critical 3rd down. 3rd and 3 at the 25, near hash. Jackson. Backfield of Garcia and Cheeks. Garcia, right side, first down and more. Down to the 20-yard line. A Gruber Law Office's first down. And we're in the Stritch red zone. All season when a team gets inside their opponent's 20, they enter the Stritch red zone. Focused on your success, visit stritch.edu.
That time tried to go to the right side behind Joe Brunner, 6'6", 285. Caleb Bowers, a 6'1", 205-pound sophomore. Mari Stewart is your senior center, trying to hold that whole line together, the steadying influence.
Approaching 5 minutes on this drive by the Blue Dukes.
Doing what they said we needed to do.
1st and 10 from the 20. Cheeks inside the 20, maybe the 18 before he was driven back. Luke Evans, defensive end, along with Solano. 2:45 remaining here in the third. 2nd and 9 for Whitefish Bay.
They've been using almost a full allotment of time as they run each of these plays off. We can see the ref starting to count down again.
Toss to Garcia. Penalty marker on the play as Garcia cuts it back inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line, but let's check out the penalty.
It's in that area where you're expecting holding.
Tackle for the Highlanders. There is a penalty marker on the play. Penalties for
Holding on the offense, a costly penalty here for Whitefish Bay. Again, stepped off from the spot of the infraction.
We move back to the 31-yard line of
They'll
Homestead.
spot it at the 31 on the offensive holding penalty.
Penalties like that age coaches. Coach Rathkamp, Coach Walter now having to dial up an excellent second down play. Got to try to get half of it back right now.
2nd and 21. Need to get it inside the 10 for a first down. They'll fake to Cheeks. Jackson around the edge. Spins out of a tackle. Still on his feet to the far sideline near the 20. Connor Braun credited with the stop.
You've got to think that the sore shoulder we've seen Jaden Jackson displaying is having an impact on what plays you're going to call here. Probably can only look to maybe try to have him go on a rollout pattern, try to pass, try to get a mismatch.
9-yard pickup brings up a 3rd and 12 for the Blue Dukes. Clock stop, 1:47 to play here in the 3rd. Whitefish Bay trailing 31-21. Jackson now up the middle, gets it outside, breaks a tackle, on his feet, dives to the marker. It depends on the spot. Looks like they're going to mark him short, just inside the 11-yard line. Weston Lawler, I should say, the senior strong safety. He's going to be stopped short of the line to gain.
See Cheeks running off, Nigel Cheeks coming off.
Stecker brings the play in from the sideline. Clock stop, minute 36 here in the 3rd. Blue Dukes facing a 4th and 1 just inside the 11-yard line. Kaufman and Garcia. And now a whistle. Defense taking a timeout. We'll take a break as well. 4th and 1 when we come back. Our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights. A great one here in Whitefish Bay, 31-21 Homestead. So far, an 8-play drive. Play number 9 is a 4th and 1 from the 11-yard line. Blue Dukes trailing, but in the stretch red zone here. 4th and 1. Jackson under center. And we got a whistle. False start penalty on Whitefish Bay. Wow. 4th and less than a yard, and a penalty on the offense.
You know, Homestead had called that timeout. I think in part they had Mason Resch come out as Whitefish Bay was moving down the field, but all of a sudden in that short yardage situation, they wanted to get him in there. Jaden Jackson found the little crease and would have had the first down. Penalty comes back and bites him.
Sets up 4th and 5. Make it 4th and 6. And they will attempt a field goal now. Kaufman. This will be a 32-yard attempt from the far hash. 1 for 3 on the season. Low snap, skips to the holder, got the kick away, and it is good. Blue Dukes to within 7 with 1:29 to go here in this 3rd quarter.
Excellent job by the holder, John Murfor, Jack Stecker. Low snap, got that down on the tee, converted. Kaufman converted that kick.
9 plays. The field goal from 27. (31-24) late here in the third. Special thanks again tonight for Dan for providing our wonderful food each week for our Thursday Night Lights staff and crew. You can check them out at dandanmke.com for their complete menu and delivery options.
Excellent food throughout the season from Dan.
I invite our viewers to get out here early. That's a good watching our crew chow down. I mean, that's entertaining.
Action shots.
Well, you know.
Well, we talked about needing to run some clock, hold the ball, get a score. Now your defense has to step up once again.
It took nearly 5 minutes off the clock on that drive, so you kept that ball away from Homestead. Kick will come near side. Hammered out of bounds here on the near side. That was Nate Philander. Defensive back, Philander. And Bartoloni able to make the play on the tackle. So let's see what the Blue Duke defense will do here at the 20-yard line. Homestead takes over. Minute 25 to go here in the third, leading now by 7. Head coach Jake Wolter for Whitefish Bay. Sheehy working pistol. Gives it to Colville. Buried at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard, that's it. Israel Blunt once again on that stop up the middle for that Blue Duke defense.
Israel got off that block by the center, got himself into the hole.
2nd down and 10. Dave Keel, head football coach at Homestead. Cutting it back up the middle, gets a block as Koenig to midfield. 30-yard run for Luke Koenig. Brought down by Jack Stecker. And that'll move the sticks out to midfield on the 30-yard run.
Game's been kind of punch, counter punch tonight.
40 seconds to go here in the third. From midfield, 1st and 10 Highlanders. Twin tights, T formation. Koenig again to the 46-yard line, gain of 4. Patrick Muth, the inside linebacker there to make the stop. Highlanders want to go to a hurry up here. 23 seconds remaining here in the third. Facing a 2nd and 6. We'll see if they get this play off. Clock down to 10. They'll snap with 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Colville up the middle, short of the first down to the 41-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and 1 when we start this fourth quarter. A great one here tonight, North Shore Conference matchup. Our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights in Whitefish Bay. 31-24, Homestead on top of Whitefish Bay. Back with the fourth after this on My 24.
31 at Whitefish Bay, 24.
Fourth quarter set to begin here in Whitefish Bay. 31-24, Homestead with a 7-point lead with the ball. 3rd and 2 from the Blue Duke 42-yard line. Keeper by Sheehy. He'll get the first down out to the 35-yard line. Gain of 7 by the quarterback Sheehy. Taylor Ramsher making the tackle.
You know, your offensive linemen see the quarterback fight for yardage like that. It just kind of inspires him to, you know, really continue blocking.
Again, at 185 pounds, that's tough to bring down. Able to break a couple of tackles is Koenig. Koenig inside the 25. They'll mark him down near the 23-yard line. Actually, all the way forward progress down to the 21. 14-yard pickup and a first down for the Homestead Highlanders.
Yeah,
Luke Koenig.
Whitefish Bay almost had that tackle in the backfield, but Koenig was able to avoid that, get the gain.
Deceiving at 5'10", 150, another strong player. Sheehy to Koval. Trying to get the edge, will step out of 2 tackles inside the 20-yard line, once again into the stretch red zone. Patrick Muth, his 6th tackle tonight. Again, opponent gets inside the 20. It's the stretch red zone, brought to you by Cardinal Stritch University, stritch.edu. Gain of 3, second down 7 at the 17.
See Colville massaging his 2 calves. See if we're going to start getting some cramps. Colville works very hard.
Koval again, this time stopped at the line of scrimmage. Looks like Blunt was there again, Israel Blunt, the nose guard. Third, and we'll call it about 6 here for Homestead. Drake Zortman, the offensive coordinator, signals in the play.
Okay, they're into that trips formation again to this side. They've adjusted a little bit better, but that gives Seward one-on-one coverage out to the right.
Sheehy looks left, throws it back right side to Colville. Good coverage out there by the Blue Dukes. They were not fooled. Patrick Muth stayed home that time, read the play well, was able to make the tackle.
Credit that to film study. You know, if they're going to get that rollout, trip side, watch the throwback, screen to the right.
Loss of 3, so 4th and 8. Field goal opportunity once again for the Highlanders. Gresham.
Gresham on attempt a 35-yard field goal.
This will be 35 from the right hash. Good snap, ball away. To the uprights, and it is good. Gresham drills it right down the middle. Builds the lead back to 10 for Homestead.
Excellent kick right when you needed it.
Splits the uprights, giving the Highlanders a 10-point advantage here with 9:10 to go in our ball game. As advertised tonight, a couple of heavyweights, just as you said earlier, punch, counter punch.
You know, we mentioned before what Jake Walter had said about this being an extremely well-coached team, all facets, offense, defense, special teams. You see that, you know, field goal come on that critical juncture there. Okay, how much does Whitefish Bay have left?
Coming up following the game, stay tuned for our Champions Trophy presentation brought to you by Rudig Trophy.
Friday night, the 27th, the Blue Dukes will be back here at home at 7 p.m. It's homecoming for the Blue Dukes.
9-play, 63-yard drive.
And then they'll be on the road on Friday, October
Capped off by the 37-yard field goal by Gresham.
A 7 o'clock start.
That tells the story.
Hosting West Bend East and homecoming. Following Friday on the road at Hartford. Whether home or on the road, get out and support your wife's big Blue Duke football team. And we thank you for your support.
This will be Burrows and Cheeks now back to receive this kick.
Looking to find that speed and try to shake him loose.
Cheeks, his first touch tonight, went 66 yards for a touchdown.
See if they give any kind of a reverse fake on this.
Cheeks from the 2. Tries to get outside, keeps his balance across the 20 and wrestled down at the 25-yard line. 23-yard return by Cheeks. Lucas Hart with the tackle on special teams. And Whitefish Bay will take over at the 25-yard line. 9 minutes to go here. Down 10 with 3 timeouts.
Now your tempo has got to pick up, obviously.
Jaden Jackson has gone both ways tonight. Offense at quarterback, secondary in the defense.
demonstrated his toughness, that's for sure.
He got dinged up with a shoulder in the first half. He has Garcia and Cheeks in the backfield. Cheeks, stutter step, nowhere to go.
Cheeks on the carry for Blue Dukes.
Looked like Sam Warschauer.
On the tackle for the
We weren't sure that Warschauer was going to be in this ball game tonight. Late in the warm-ups today, got rolled up on that arm.
Yeah, it's great that he's back out there. One of those things, you judge a good defense, seeing how many guys stay on their feet. And that time you saw the whole Homestead defense ride to where that ball was going.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 25. 8:25 to play. Blue Dukes down 10. Jackson looking to throw. Wanted to swing it out, now will keep it. Has some running room. Jackson gets the first down near the 35-yard line. Gain of 10 by Jackson, Charlie Solano, and Alec Pearlstein making the tackle.
You talk about, when you have good athletes, but when you watch Jaden Jackson, you see what he's got probably as a basketball player, but he's tough. And you're watching how he's running this offense.
1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Read option. Garcia tackled in the backfield that time. Luke Evans able to gain across the line of scrimmage, tackle for the loss.
Not a huge guy, 6'3", 205, but his coaches describe him as being very technically sound.
Comes into the ball game with 7 sacks on the year as well. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Clock rolling. 7:10 remaining. Second and 12 from the 34. Jackson, quick, outside, complete. Stecker able to make this catch. Darts out of bounds just across the 41-yard line. Braun with the escort to the boundary.
Here's that pivotal 3rd down play for Bay. They, with 6:50 or so going on the clock, 6:55, they can't wait. They have to make this a touchdown drive.
Paul Rathkamp, the offensive coordinator, gets the play in. Jackson surveys the line of scrimmage. Draw. Jackson stood up, reaches forward dangerously out across the 45. Ooh, that could have been danger there. Ian Anderson tackling not only the quarterback, but almost the football there.
Almost knocking that ball loose.
Another critical 4th down, Coach. 4th and 1 here for the Blue Dukes.
Last time they were in this situation, unfortunately, they got a penalty that set them back.
Jackson will work in under center. Calls his own number, will get the first down. Clock will stop to reset the chains, and oh my goodness.
This spot isn't maybe quite as generous as we might have thought.
Wow. They move it back just inside the 36-yard line, and they'll call for the sticks. Wow. Well, I thought the near side official had it marked a little further up. The far side official out there, they went with his spot.
If he makes this, this is going to be by the very tip of the ball.
They will get the chain set. They will stretch. And by the stripe of that football, they get the first down.
My cataract surgery paid off. Able to see that.
They'll reset the chains and wind the clock. 6:15 to go.
Now that sense of urgency needs to get picked up right now.
trailing by 10, 34-24. Jackson will toss it. Robrick able to take it out to the 50-yard line. Check that. Jornt, 13 on the catch. Andrew Walton with the tackle. Jornt's first catch tonight.
There's that halfback swing pass done a little different way to the wingback.
Nick Jornt, 5'11", a sophomore. Another one that has had a great summer, according to his coaches, in that weight room.
Yeah, that said he made himself into a ball player that was going to get time this year.
They'll send Garcia split to the far side. Stecker here to the near side. Single back is Cheeks. And he'll get the call. Back up the middle, Cheeks into Highlander territory at the Homestead 49-yard line, gain of 2. Brings up a third down. 3rd and 5. Clock rolling, 5.5 minutes left.
Well, if you've got a play that's designed to isolate somebody one-on-one, now is probably the time to try to get that ball to somebody like Garcia.
3rd and 5 from the Highlander 49. Again, Garcia will line up in a slot left side. Jackson under pressure, throws it on the run, juggled and dropped, incomplete. Oh, he had Garcia at the 40-yard line. Would have been enough for the first down, but could not gather it in.
Yeah, as we talked about, that straight drop back with Jackson's shoulder probably being impaired a little bit. They need that rollout. Trouble is he's rolling to his left, trying to throw.
Well, and Garcia took his helmet off on the field, so he's got to come out for a play. So he will come to the sideline here on a 4th down, critical 4th down here, 4th and 5. Kaufman in the slot to the right side. Jackson again, under pressure, steps out of a tackle. Tucks it upfield, dives forward at the sticks. Should have a first down. Just enough. Needed 5, got 6. Andrew Walton on the stop. Stops the clock with 4:56 to play.
Another important factor there, stopping that clock. But now under 5 minutes, once again, that tempo.
Garcia still on the sideline here. Stecker split to the left side. Kaufman comes here to the near side with Cheeks the single back. Lined up to the left of the quarterback, Jaden Jackson. Cheeks met in the backfield and driven down. Luke Evans, the junior, tackle for a loss, his second one on this drive.
Yeah, now look how they were trying to run a little trap play, but Cheeks kind of bumped it out a hole wide. Tackled for that loss.
Loss of 3 sets up 2nd and 13. Stay tuned at the end of the game tonight. We will highlight our player of the game, brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. From the 46, 2nd and 13. Hitch and go. Looking for Stecker. Goes up and comes down with it at the 15-yard line. Stecker getting to that high point, able to bring it down. Connor Braun draped all over him, but Stecker got to the high point.
Good coverage, and you made the excellent observation there. Go to the high point of the ball and take that down.
At the 15-yard line, 1st and 10, Whitefish Bay. Clock rolling, 4 minutes to go, trailing by 10. The toss to Garcia, has some blockers. Garcia inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. Wesley Lawler along with Salino.
The pickup of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4.
So a gain of 6, 2nd and 4, 3.5 minutes remaining. And the Blue Dukes chasing 10 here. Stecker, single receiver near side. Garcia, second effort inside the 5, close to a first down. They will move the chains. It'll be 1st and goal for the Blue Dukes. Solano again there to make the tackle.
Yeah, Blue Dukes
got a player down for the Blue Dukes. Looks like it's Cheeks who's down.
He's cramp. He's got that leg extended upward. Now, if it's the NFL, you start to say, has he been instructed to take a snap? But
we will take our commercial break. 3:11 to go. An exciting finish here in Whitefish Bay. Blue Dukes trailing by 10, 34-24. Our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Lights on My 24. With Terry Kelly, John Weiser back with you at Whitefish Bay. 3:11 to go. That tells the story. 1st and goal at the 4 for the Blue Dukes. Cheeks came out. Appears to be a cramp. They're working on him here on the near sideline. Garcia the single back. Jackson will work from the pistol. Garcia, the toss. Back to pass by Stecker, and it's incomplete.
Very much looked like the play from a week ago
Yes.
that Greendale used. Ironically, it was the Homestead coaches that told me they wanted to steal that play and use it tonight, but apparently Jake Walter must have been watching the broadcast as well. You know, the defensive coaches for Homestead are encouraging their guys, their linemen, stay flat, don't over-penetrate, give these guys seams.
2:47 to play, 2nd and goal from the 4. Toss, Garcia. Cuts it in, touchdown, Whitefish Bay. Kaufman out there with the seal block as Garcia takes it in from 4 yards out. And a very important point after here for the Blue Dukes.
You can see why people are impressed with the job Whitefish Bay coaching staff does here. Homestead coaches obviously have tremendous respect for what they do, and seeing an excellent ball game here. The Blue Dukes really got back into this in the second half.
Stecker on the hold. Kaufman's kick is up, and it's good. 3-point game, a 16-play, 79-yard drive. Garcia, his 3rd touchdown of the night. Be thinking of player of the game here tonight.
Yeah, there's some excellent nominees from both sides here.
You have Colville, you've got Sheehy, could be a candidate there.
Jaden Jackson in
Jaden
terms
Jackson.
of how he's been playing.
Connick, number 4 for Homestead tonight. Koenig has had a good game. Of course, Garcia with his 3rd touchdown run tonight.
Well, 2:43.
And you have
Bay's
3
got
timeouts.
3 timeouts left. You don't want to do the onside kick now, but you've got to do a better job covering the kick because Colville has gotten loose a couple of occasions this evening.
Well, 2.5 men has moved. It's still on the same grade station, but at a new time. You can catch it weeknights at 6 and 6:30 right here on Milwaukee's My 24. We hope you're enjoying our Heiser Automotive Group Thursday Night Light ball game tonight. As advertised, the 2 heavyweights of the North Shore battling it out.
Now you see special teams coach for Whitefish Bay, Randy Drew. He's also the head track coach, imploring his guys, cover this kick well. Don't give them field position.
Donovan will kick this one off. Thumps a good one here. Koenig across the 15. Darts of the 20 out to the 24-yard line. 20-yard return. 2:39 remaining. The Blue Dukes do have 3 timeouts.
Now this first down play sets the tone for how things are going to go. this last 239.
Big play here. 3-point ball game. Homestead with the lead. Sheehy will get them set. They'll go to Koval around the right side, out to the 31-yard line, a gain of 7.
That's the key for
Stecker
Homestead.
making the stop along with Muth.
Get ahead of the chains. Get ahead of the chains. And that's what Whitefish Bay did on that first down.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Clock ticking down, 2:15 remaining. Homestead with a 3-point lead. Looking to run the record to 5-0 on the year. She taking it all the way down here. We'll hand it off. Koenig, first down and more. Koenig out to the 46-yard line, a gain of 15. Moves the chains with 1:48 remaining.
Excellent kick-out block that time by number 78, Nick Freckman. Came from his right tackle position across, kicked that contained man out.
6'5", 260, the right tackle, Freckman. Well, now you're the Blue Dukes. You have to use your timeouts.
No use saving them for next week.
Sheehy runs in the play from his offensive coordinator, Zortman.
Got to keep him under 2 yards on this first down.
5-man front here by the Blue Dukes. Twin tights, T formation. Colville bouncing off one tackle to the 47-yard line. Gain of 4. Timeout, Blue Dukes. Stops the clock. 1:11 to play. Jaden Jackson with the tackle.
Yeah, I mean, punch, counter punch. We've talked about that twice, and that's, you've seen two fine teams really compete.
Colville now over 100 yards rushing tonight. Well, looking ahead for these two teams, Homestead will host Hartford next Friday night.
Also undefeated in the conference.
Yes, the Orioles having an outstanding season. Then they're at Port, home against Slinger, and close out the regular season at Nicolet. Meanwhile, Whitefish Bay, they get West Bend East next week, and then at Hartford October 4th.
Right, I mean,
with Port and Slinger to follow.
Yeah, and, Slinger is always a tough team in this league as well.
And again, this league will fall to 8 teams again next year with the conference realignment, with Port going north and Grafton coming into the Woodland.
Goes to the Woodland to the south.
1:11 to play. 2nd and 6 for Homestead. They lead it by 3. Blue Dukes can stop it 2 more times. Koenig inside the 50 down to the 48. Timeout, Whitefish Bay. Israel Blunt, nice night tonight. 4 tackles and a fumble recovery tonight.
Saw Koenig go airborne that time, fighting for those extra yards.
One more timeout remaining for Whitefish Bay. They need to make the stop here. It's a 3rd and 2 upcoming for Homestead with 1:07 remaining.
Interesting to hypothesize here if it comes up short. 4th down. Homestead probably feel that they'd go for it. I got a lot of confidence in that offensive line.
Schweitzer, Maxey, Ferguson, Henricks. We talked about Freckman with that lead block earlier to set up that first down play. Riley Taylor, the tight end, with a couple of clutch catches tonight.
Seward has gotten himself freed up a couple times. And that backfield of Connick, Colville, and Stieber, led by Sheehy, you can't key in on just one individual.
Here we go, 3rd and 2 at the Whitefish Bay 49-yard line. Homestand crowd on their feet here at Lubar Stadium. They'll try the middle. First down and more. Sheehy on the quarterback keep. Little read option there, Coach. Fake the handoff to Colville, took it himself.
Goes one hole wider. That's what you do on that.
Under a minute to go. Blue Dukes with one timeout remaining. Sheehy will bring that play into the huddle. Player of the game, Sheehy. Tight all the way across here. Sheehy will take the knee. 30 seconds to go. Blue Dukes opting not to stop the clock here. And that will do it here tonight. A valiant effort by Whitefish Bay to take down the undefeated Highlanders comes up a bit short. And the Highlanders will move to 5-0 on the season. Whitefish Bay, their second consecutive loss, falling to 3-2. Your final here tonight, Homestead 34, Whitefish Bay 31.
Be interesting to see where Whitefish Bay might fall in terms of enrollment-wise for the playoffs. This would be a team that in D3 could compete very well. And actually, you know, they're not a bad team in D2. Homestead, obviously, got to be a favorite in D2.
Their 23rd consecutive conference win tonight, 34-31. We'll take our break on My 24. What a ball game tonight. Homestead picking up the win, 34-31 over Whitefish Bay. Our player of the game tonight, we're going to go with Ian Sheehy, the senior quarterback for Homestead. His numbers tonight, 6 of 12, 125 yards, 3 touchdown passes tonight. Also 11 carries, 55 yards tonight.
Great game manager. Obviously, very fine backfield, excellent offensive line, but I think we give it to the man directing the show.
Tonight's player of the game, Ian Sheehy, the senior quarterback. Our player of the game presentation brought to us by the United States Marine Corps. Homestead gets to 5-0, their 23rd consecutive win in conference. Avenged a loss here 2 years ago, and they remain unbeaten, number 2 in the area, and look to move on. Big game next week against Hartford. Time now for our trophy presentation. Let's head down to the sideline. Our Champions Trophy presentation brought to you by Rudig Trophies. When you think trophies, think Rudig Trophies. And Mike McGivern handing that one off to head coach Dave Keel and the Homestead Highlanders as they go to 5-0, escaping with a 34-31 win here tonight.
Right. Two teams playing very hard. You had to be impressed with both squads. I'm sure the crowd really felt that they had got their money's worth this evening.
34-31, your final tonight. Homestead at 5-0. Whitefish Bay, their second consecutive loss. They fall to 3-2. Back with a final word from Lubar Stadium right after this. Defending Division II state champion Homestead survives here tonight, 34-31 over Whitefish Bay.
Yeah, they were tested. They responded to the challenge. You have to tip your hat to the Highlanders, but you also have to tip your hat to Whitefish Bay and how hard they fought.
5-0 on the year now for Homestead, 3-2 fall the Blue Dukes. Tough to follow this one up, but next week we're back out in the Classic 8 Conference. An interesting matchup, Waukesha North at Waukesha West as they square off next Thursday night at 7. And again, remember this season our games rebroadcast on Friday nights at 7 right here on My 24. An outstanding job by our My 24 sports crew here tonight. They did everything possible here tonight under some trying circumstances. They got it done. My thanks to Mike McGivern, Terry Kelly, our spotter, Shane Raffaelli, and Dan Pluckman, our stat man here tonight. John Weiser wishing you a very pleasant good evening from Whitefish Bay. Again, the final tonight, Homestead on top of Whitefish Bay.